Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Sushi Tech Tokyo 2026. It is day 2 of the business day. Thank you very much for coming so early. Who was here yesterday, may I ask? Was any of you? Oh, thank you. Did you see the rainbow? You did? Oh, yeah. There was a big rainbow over Tokyo Big Sight and was very, very pretty. And I am hoping to see a lot of rainbow smiles from all of you today, too. All right, so diving in, our first session is titled Innovation in Action, Connecting Startups to ADB Opportunities. Please let me introduce our wonderful speakers. We have Satoshi Ishii, Director, Water and Urban Development Sector Office, Asian Development Bank. Next is Peng Sitakaradej, Head of Seed, ADB Ventures. And Ichiro Aoki, Principal Markets Development Advisory Specialist, Office of Markets Development and Public-Private Partnership, Asian Development Bank. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. I will now hand it over to you.
Good morning, everyone. We are from Asian Development Bank. Today, we would like to think about how innovation can improve our development activities. So, what do Tokyo's trains, Shibuya Crossing, and convenience stores have to do with innovation? It's not a trick question. In Tokyo, millions of people move through complex systems reliably every day. Trains arrive on time. People cross from every direction without collisions, and whatever you need is always within reach. The remarkable thing is, we don't even have to think about it. It just works.
Now, imagine trying to build a system like this in place where they don't yet exist, where infrastructure is lacking, where market is forming, where risks are higher and the pathways are unclear. That's where we come in. We are Asian Development Bank, a multilateral development bank in Asia and Pacific region, working with 69 member countries. Of those, 50s are from this region, from Cook Island to Kiribati to the east, and then Georgia and Turkey to the west. We work with the government of developing countries, public entities, private sector, and startups to build a system that works so that innovation doesn't remain as an idea. It's something to move and results.
And that doesn't happen by chance. It is design. Innovation only works when it can move, reach people, and break through the complexity of the real world. And that's the story we want to share today.
So let's start with movement. In Tokyo, trains move millions of people every single day. But that movement depends on infrastructure, coordination, and partnerships. At ADB, we help build the systems that allow innovation to move at scale. We don't just support ideas. We create conditions where they can grow. Good morning, my name is Ichiro Aoki. When we talk about innovation, we often focus immediately on new ideas and technologies. However, innovation only creates impacts when it's translated into real-world applications, when it reaches markets, institutions, and ultimately, people. Across our developing member countries, governments are under increasing pressure to modernize public services, but often face a limited visibility to the rapidly evolving technology landscape. In the meantime, private sector innovators have powerful solutions, but often lack a clear understanding of government priorities and constraints. So the challenge is not the lack of innovation. The challenge is connecting private sector innovation with public sector priorities and deliver impact. Innovation scales, this is where ADB's value lies. And then innovation scales are when these two sectors effectively connect. ADB plays a bridging role by helping the private sector to share their knowledge, expertise, and skill sets that meet the needs of public sector. At ADB, our role is straightforward: to help convert innovative ideas into practical solutions that can be financed, delivered, and sustained across our developing member countries. We support innovation across the 4 PPP development spectrum, from early policy work to project delivery. Upstream, we focus on advocacy and capacity building, and help governments shape the enabling environment so innovative ideas can take root. In midstream, we work closely with public counterparts to identify, structure, and tender projects, translate innovative ideas into market-ready opportunities that are credible to private investors. And then in downstream, we support governments through development, operations, and maintenance, helping ensure that innovation continues moving beyond financial close and delivers sustained impacts. Together, these streams show how we help innovation stay in motion, from concept to market to long-term results. For projects to move from concept to delivery, a few fundamentals must be in place. First, government commitment. Host government's buy-in is essential, and ADB builds on long-standing partnerships to ensure projects align closely with national priorities. Second, project must be ready for the market, ready for investment. We understand what private investors and lenders look for, and we structure projects to meet those commercial expectations. Third, climate considerations are embedded from the start. Projects are designed to be resilient, climate responsive, and aligned with broader climate action goals. At the same time, we pursue value for money by delivering social impact while supporting financially sustainable, high-quality operations. Finally, ADB plays an honest broker role, applying international best practices to ensure transparent processes, strong governance, and reduced risks for all parties involved. For us, innovation is not just an idea. It's something we help put in motion and carry through to scale. Since 2014, we have supported more than 100 PPP projects across 26 countries, helping governments translate ideas into actionable, market-ready initiatives. In doing so, we have helped mobilize $4.7 billion in private capital, showing how innovation moves when public priorities and private investment are aligned. Innovation in motion also means building for the future. Today, 80% of our activities portfolio supports climate operations, with all projects incorporating gender plans, ensuring that scale goes hand in hand with resilience and inclusion. Together, these results reflect how we help turn innovation into impact, from concept to investment to impactful outcomes. As we've seen, enabling innovation to progress requires more than investment. It requires reaching the intended beneficiaries and breaking through the complexity, which are exactly what our next presenters will take us through.
Okay. Building Ichiro's statement on turning innovation into impact, let us not forget, as the innovation moves and finds its way through existing systems, one question has to be asked: does it actually reach people, and how? In Tokyo, convenience stores are everywhere. We don't think, it's just there. That's what real impact looks like. Not something distant, not something occasional, instead something that became part of people's daily life. Somehow many innovations never get there. Imagine development country where 24/7 water supply, clean toilets, functioning sanitation system are not in common. Innovation often fails, not because we are not doing enough, but because they are never reach people in the right context. They are not adapted to the real constraints. At ADB, through our technology pilot program, we bring innovation into the real world setting. We test, refine, and validate. My name is Satoshi Ishii. I'm from Water and Urban Sector Office at ADB. I'd like to introduce one of our flagship program, AID, Accelerating Innovation and Digitalization. The program was launched in 2023 with the aim of bringing innovation and digital technologies into ADB's public projects. Why? Because we want our financial and development support to reach more communities, families, and people. We can looking for innovation and solutions like many of you here today to be tested. In Asia and Pacific, we design and implement a wide variety of projects, water and urban development service improvement. However, development landscape is rapidly changing, raising climate risks and vulnerabilities to the disaster, super rapid digital transformation, and there's much stronger demand for more resilient and inclusive infrastructure. Traditional infrastructure financing approach alone are not enough. Within ADB, we see strong need to adapt faster, more efficient, innovative approaches complementing to our projects. AID is, in a simple term, in a nutshell, an execution platform, enabling innovative technology and approach to be tested and scaled through ADB projects. It doesn't just introduce technologies, it supports the entire project cycle. From identification and matching with the project, we design pilot test it together to make sure that they are aligned with the project concept. We facilitate the implementation on the ground. We validate results and connect them to scale-up opportunities. In short, ADB supports full journey from sourcing to scaling. Why that is important? There are many technologies and solutions available in the market. However, identifying the right solution is difficult. And actually, it's even more challenging to test and apply them in a real project. For technology providers like yours, it's not easy to access large development projects that ADB has, to collaborate them, or find opportunity to the real project development opportunities and then scaling. AID bridges the gap. For ADB project team, it provides access to the proven, tested solutions. For technology providers, it creates opportunity to test solution in real project and explore scaling opportunities. Here is the AID program in action. In Uzbekistan, water-saving biodegradable polymer helped farmers improve their agricultural productivity while achieving the water efficiency. In Bangladesh, a decentralized water supply system has been implemented in the low-income community. And now project is much scaled up in the much bigger project in Bangladesh. We want more. AID continuously seeks technology to help make ADB project more efficient, impactful, and reaching to more people. We welcome innovative companies and solution companies like yours to engage with us. We have a booth over there, and we have a networking event in this afternoon. Please meet us there.
Now my colleague already talked about how ADB helps innovation scale the impact, move, and reach people. Many of the startups still facing one of the hardest challenges, which is how can they break through the complexity? And here's where ADB Ventures come in. My name is Pang Sitakaradate, and I'm from ADB Ventures. We are VC fund of Asian Development Bank. We invest in early stage startups that solve some of the region's most pressing challenges, whether that is clean energy, climate resilience, digital access, or sustainable food system. We launched our fund in 2020 because we see clearly that gap is still there. The markets where the problem is the most urgent are still the same markets where risk capital is still missing. Startup in emerging Asia and the Pacific still staying in the gap. And we built ADB Ventures to sit in the gap and to help this innovation cross it. Another phrase that you see from this slide here is also crowding in. This is also a very important part of our mission. We don't want to be just capital. We want to send that first signal. We want to tell people that this is really worth the risk. We want to help unlock more investor, more capital, and also more confidence into the underserved sector and markets. We also recognize that startups at that different stage of the life cycle actually need different types of capital and supports. So we have two main investment programs to support different startups. For startup ready to scale, we have our venture capital funds investing in the company at the first tech equity investment side of 1 to 4 million. We also co-invest alongside other investors in the market as well as staying involved with the company throughout their follow-on rounds. For company in earlier stage, the one that already have working product, have some traction, but still refining their business model, we have our seed capital program. This company, in most time, the only struggle that they have is not just the access to capital, but also how to validate their assumptions, how to adjust their business model, and how to build enough traction to prepare them for the next round of capital. So we have the program that provide up to 400,000 seed capital to help this company validate the markets, refine their business model, strengthen their execution, as well as prepare them for the next round fundraising. And beyond capital, we also trying to leverage as much as possible on ADB existing network, whether that is corporate network, local governments, other development partners, or our internal teams to help these startups access to pilot partnership and also new markets. And beyond these two programs, we also work with local governments and ecosystem partners to really strengthening up the local VC ecosystem. And in terms of geography, we are open to investing in companies from anywhere in the world, including Japan. To us, what matters is not really where this company are founded. It's more whether the solutions can be applicable, transferable, and executed well in the market where the problem is most urgent. So if you are building impactful solutions right here, come talk to us, and we want to help you expand throughout the region. We also invest broadly across sectors from climate and clean energy, smart mobility, sustainable agri and food supply chain, circular economy, digital infrastructure, as well as inclusive fintech. Some of our portfolio companies are deep tech solutions. Some are tech-enabled solutions with a very strong execution. What really ties all this category together isn't really categories. It's more the question that we ask every company, whether your solution actually works in the real world, the world where some of this ideal condition doesn't exist. And to date, we have built a portfolio company of over 70 startups. We are active in over 20 emerging markets across Asia and the Pacific. And we're also very proud that more than 25% of our portfolio company are female founded. In terms of capital mobilizations, for every single dollar that we deploy to the company, we have helped the company crown in over 13 times of capital. Our aspiration is really, at the end of the day, to drive more than 1 billion capital to this impactful technology startup across the region. We're not there yet, but we really want to build the solutions to get there. And this is also how we think about our role in the ecosystem. So what we are actually looking for, only 3 things. 1, impact potential. Does this solve the real problem at sustainable scale? 2, can this build a really strong, sustainable business? And then lastly, value add potential. Is there anything that ADB Ventures can do beyond just capital? And when all these 3 things align, that's where we come in. And if any of this resonates with what you are building, please come find us. Our booth is over there.
We move innovation at scale.
To reach to the people.
And to break through the hardest problem. This is what we are building at ADB. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. A big round of applause to our speakers. Thank you very much. And now please proceed to the connective space for networking.